Glad to see you. Welcome to A Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Let me just get a little wet the whistle, because there's a lot of whistling to do tonight, folks. It's a big day in Washington. Big day all across America, because this afternoon, the House of Representatives passed Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief plan. Something historic happened on Capitol Hill, and it wasn't punching a cop and pooping on the rug. Woo! It's a pretty low bar. Woo! With this passage, the government is about to send $1,400 stimulus checks to millions of Americans. There you go, baby. You're rich. Buy yourself something nice like rent or medicine. There you go. Shake them up. But what you mean, your medicine. Shake up your medicine. Sometimes you have to shake it up first. I knew those would come in handy tonight. The stimulus package was President Biden's first major legislative achievement, not to be confused with Major Biden's first legislative achievement, the Chomping on the Secret Service Squirrel, Squirrel, Squirrel Act. And it's not just checks, folks. The bill includes all sorts of goodies for average Americans, like continued $300 weekly unemployment benefits, a boosted child tax credit, aid for states, local governments, and schools, and $20 in Gap cash for every $100 you spend on new relaxed fit joggers. Nancy Pelosi was literally singing the bill's praises.
I'm so excited, I just can't hide it.
She's about to fund a school, and I think she likes it. Who has to clean all this up, by the way? Not me. I'm a job creator is what I am. The $1.9 trillion price tag brings the total spent on COVID relief to $5.5 trillion. By comparison, adjusted for inflation, World War II cost the U.S. government roughly $4 trillion. Hopefully, we'll get some great coronavirus movies like Inoculating Private Ryan or One About Your Uncle Who Still Wears His Mask Below His Nose, Dunkirk. The administration says a large number of Americans could receive their $1,400 stimulus payments before the end of March. Do you know what that means? There's finally going to be an end of March. Now, the White House wants to get the people money ASAP, as Press Secretary Jen Psaki explained yesterday.
We are doing everything in our power to expedite the payments and not delay them, which is why the president's name will not appear on the memo line of this round of stimulus checks.
What name won't appear on the memo line? That's shocking. The president loves putting his names on things. We all remember Biden Steaks, Biden University, Biden Vodka, Biden Airlines, and luxurious Biden Tower. But make no mistake, despite not having his name on the checks, Biden is going to take credit for it. He, Dr. Jill, Kamala Harris, and second man Doug are going to promote the plan all over this country. And White House officials are preparing a sprawling sales campaign designed to draw attention to the benefits of the COVID relief package. So get ready to see a lot of billboards that say, "Money, you like it." Biden says he's doing this PR push because he learned from someone else's mistakes.
Many of you remember that in 2009, we expended a lot of political capital, Nancy and I and others, in the Recovery Act. And the economists told us we literally saved America from the Depression. But we didn't adequately explain what we had done. Barack was so modest, he didn't want to take, as he said, a victory lap. I kept saying, tell people what we did. He said, we don't have time. I'm not going to take a victory lap. And we paid a price for it, ironically, for that humility.
Well, Joe, I'm going to have to take your word for it. I, for one, am too humble to keep track of when I've shown humility. Though a lot of people say I do host the most humble show in late night.
Colbert, the humble choice.
Biden might not need to work too hard to sell a stimulus plan because, according to polls, 75% of voters said they support the package. And Biden's approval rating since he took office is a steady 57%. Old steady Joe. He may not be as exciting as the last guy we were with, but you know, he's good with kids in that he cares whether they live in poverty. This quiet, unflashy effort to just get stuff done has some of the press calling the president no drama Biden. No press, no. That is Obama's name. You can't just give it to the new guy. You might as well just call him Joe The Rock Biden, or Air Biden, or Joey Gaga. Plus, it's no drama Obama because it rhymes, okay? What about train riding Biden, or not exciting Biden, or cares whether you live or died-in Biden? It's not just the stimulus. Biden's delivering on other promises as well. We all remember this.
Our goal of 100 million shots at the end of my first 100 days as president.
It was an ambitious but achievable goal. In the first 100 days of the last guy, I think I personally did nearly 100 million shots. Well, today marks the 50th day of Biden's presidency. And to celebrate, I got the president a card. It says, "Congrat you, Joe. You get the other half in 50 days. Earn it." Anyway, I don't know why that was so hostile. Anyway, we're halfway through the first 100 days when it comes to the vaccine. And so far, Americans have gotten, drumroll please, more than 75 million doses. Woo! No, don't waste it.
Sorry.
In fact, you can go. In fact, Biden's on pace to hit his goal of 100 million vaccine doses as soon as the end of next week. That's impressive. I mean, what would you even call that?
It's called promises made, promises kept.
Thank you, irrelevant stranger. And here's the thing. As much legislative meat as Joe's tossing on the griddle, Republicans have a little trouble sticking a fork in him because Biden isn't proving to be an easy target or animating figure for the GOP base. Turns out spending a year calling someone senile and sleepy doesn't make him a good boogeyman. No one's afraid that Tokyo is going to be flattened by Oldzilla. One GOP spokesperson put it this way: there's just not the antipathy to Biden like there was Obama. He just doesn't drive conservative outrage. I wonder what's different about Obama that enraged their base. I don't know. Maybe the royal family knows. So with nothing else to fire up the crowd, the GOP is talking nonstop about cultural issues like Dr. Seuss, Meghan Markle, and Mr. Potato Head, also known as Piers Morgan. These culture war distractions were called out yesterday on the House floor by Ohio Representative and spy finding out lunches here, Tim Ryan. During a debate about strengthening protections for unions, Ryan said this:
Heaven forbid we pass something that's going to help the damn workers in the United States of America. We talk about pensions, you complain. We talk about the minimum wage increase, you complain. We talk about giving them the right to organize, you complain. Now stop talking about Dr. Seuss and start working with us on behalf of the American workers.
You're complaining in a box. You're complaining while on Fox. You're complaining in the House about a same-sex spouse. You will not help with union support. You will not read the Mueller report. You will not help supply the vax. You can kiss my big Lorax. Could you hear anything I was saying? I did. Okay, good. So things are looking up on the COVID front, but we're still facing another unstoppable plague: youth. Because spring breakers are packing into Florida beach towns despite the pandemic. No spring breakers. The only disease you should bring back from Florida should be treatable at the local free clinic. As one Schlitz for Brains explained, I was here 2 years ago and came back to see what it's like now with COVID. Sound logic. I was in this basement storing oily rags 2 hours ago, so I came back to see what it's like now with fire. In case you were wondering, Disney World is also fully booked for spring break, despite Florida still averaging about 5,000 cases a day. So if you're hitting Disney World, be sure and take the kids to the Country Bear Eulogy. Point is, we have to beat this pandemic. Most of us have been on Zoom every day for the last year. And according to researchers, staring at your coworkers' faces up close and personal is probably triggering your fight or flight survival reflex. I'm guessing mostly fight. Because really, who wants to take a flight? Zoom triggers crisis mode due to our primate instincts as the descendants of plains apes. We don't like being stared at. In fact, close face-to-face on-screen meetings can set off the same physiological reaction as a threat or attack. Oh, I've definitely felt that. That's why during my first Zoom interview with Daniel Radcliffe, I lunged at the screen with a sharpened bone. Now let's turn to food news. There's outrage in the big city, and we here in the Big Apple are beside ourselves. And that's not easy because the apartments are really small. The outrage comes from an article in the New York Times claiming the best bagels are in California. As a native Washingtonian, South Carolinian, Chicagoan, New York tri-state Aryan, I take this personally. California has better bagels. New York Times, really? Are you schmurious? This hurts a locks. Maybe with a little red onion, slice of tomato. Oh my God. This is carbohydrate treason to see New York City's own newspaper shilling for West Coast bagels, saying they have a comforting squish, thick but yielding, chewy but not densely so. Okay, comforting squish, that's not a bagel. That's a travel pillow. New Yorkers know that real bagels should be so durable, you can give it to your teething baby and half an hour later, it's unblemished, and the bagel's fine too. The article profiles several California bagel bakers, California bagel bakers, including one who started selling small batches of bagels on her bicycle. Bagels on a bicycle! No! A bagel is something you eat on the subway with your face in a stranger's armpit while a man down the car does backflips and yells that you're going to burn for your sins. You know, breakfast. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are the Bachelor's Emmanuel Acho and from Bob Hart's Abishola, Gina Yashure. But when we return, who wants to keep you from voting? The answer won't surprise you. Stick around.